Okay, so once you've downloaded 4.81 setup.rar, open it up using WinRAR. If you don't have WinRAR, then go to RAR Lab. You see the address there. Have a look on your computer and system settings and see if you have a 32-bit or a 64-bit operating system. Then download the appropriate one for you. Okay, so back to here. What I will need you to do once you've got this and open it up, then plug your USB in. So what we're going to do at this stage is select all of these. So we have all of those selected, and then what we're going to do, we're going to open this folder, open folder to view files. So that is my USB drive. So I am now going to drag and drop those files to that folder, and in they go. Now this will have the USB completely set up, ready for the install that we're about to do on the console. So once this is all done, what I'll do is switch videos. This console is running 4.75.3 rebug firmware. Now when I go to sign up, I go create a new account, new users, and every time I'm getting an error message. It'll be that one, there's a couple of others, but basically 4.75.3, it appears, can no longer sign in. So we're updating to 4.81.2 rebug DEX firmware. Plug your USB into the console. Doesn't matter which port, just plug it in and away we go. Now at this stage we're going to go, I need you to now, for those of you running Webman to spoof your console ID, I need you to go into Webman, Webman setup, and then scroll down to your console ID. Now I'm not going to show the console ID for obvious reasons, and then take a photo of your console ID. For those of you that are spoofing using CC API, when your console ID shows up down in the bottom corner of the screen here on boot up, take a photo of it. Now if you don't take a photo of it and you don't have a backup of it, you will lose your console ID. So make sure you get the backup before we continue any further from here. Okay, so now I've already backed up this console ID, so I know it's right. Okay, so now for the update, I recommend you go down to network settings and then internet connection, and you see it says enabled. We will disable it just to be certain we don't accidentally get official firmware. So now we go up here with the USB plugged in still, we go system update via storage media. It should say 4.81.2 PS3 update.pup. So now we're going to click on that and it'll start installing. Now I'm not going to sit here and watch the install because it's a waste of your time and mine. Once it's done, I will come back. Okay, so this one's all installed. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go across to the game section, and then we're going to go to package manager, and then we're going to go install package files and standard. Now if instead of pressing X, you press, if you only have those two on there, you can actually press triangle and then install all, but I'll do them one at a time here. So we're going to install Rebug Toolbox full 2.02.12, and it will ask you, the same version is already installed, do you want to install? Yes. And then we want to go package manager again, install package files, standard, and install Endstone CC API version 2.80 revision 2. Okay, installed. And now what we need to do, we need to go into Rebug Toolbox, and then what we want to do, we want to go across to here and we want to find Cobra mode, enable. Then we want Webman, enable, and then if you hold down circle, quit to XMB, yes. Now this will restart with the new settings for Webman and Cobra. Now what we're going to find here is that the console ID still isn't correct, so I'll show you in a second what we need to do. Okay, so now the console ID needs to be set up. So you'll have the photo of your console ID. Those of you that use CC API, spoof your console ID using your computer and CC API and set it up. Those of you that don't, you can go into Webman Games, go to Webman Setup, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go into the console ID. Now this console I've actually blanked out the actual console ID. See, it's got zeros. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here and then we're going to enter the console ID. So to enter the console ID, we'll see there it says 82. What I'm going to do, I know this console ID, so I'm actually going to delete what I know is wrong. Oops, going to delete what I know is wrong, which is square to delete. So it should be 8 9 0 0 0, and then I want a capital A. Alright, now you see how it's got the little tiny dots under the numbers that I just edited? Now if you hit enter, it'll actually delete a number. So what we want to do, we want to flat press R1 and the dots disappear. Now another good check is to check you actually have 16 digits in that box. So the easiest way is to count them yourself. Now I know there's 16 there because I know this console ID. So 16 digits in that box. You'll have to also enter your other 16 digits in the other box next to it if you don't have a correct console ID. And once you've done that, then we hit enter or start, and that will stick. So then you do the same for this next box here, and you enter the rest of the console ID. I'm going to do that now. Obviously I'm not going to show it to you, and then I'll show you how the console now works and allows you to sign in. So other settings I forgot was you need to go up here, up to the top, and then you'll see down here where the arrow is, enable dynamic fan control. So tick that box, make sure you tick the auto at 78 degrees, and then we're going to also tick lowest, and then we're going to set this. So lowest is going to be 40%. So I deleted that by pressing square, and now 40. Okay, and then enter. Make sure it still says 40, and then we'll scroll to the bottom, and we will click save. Okay, so now that it's saved, if you've entered your console ID, you should be nearly ready to sign in. What we will do then is we will need to go back over here to network settings, and then we need to, where we changed it to disabled, we need to change it back to enable, and then we will be able to sign in. But first, for this console, I need to enter the second half of the console ID. Okay, so the next thing now, console ID is all entered, everything's ready to go, we've enabled the internet. Now what we need to do is go to sign up. Now before you go into sign up, hold R2 and triangle and remove your history file. Now we click sign up. Now at this point, this is where we'd always get an error code, so we go create a new user and away we go, we're able to get in. Off we go. So it's all working now. And from here, obviously, make your account or sign in or whatever you need to do. So there you go. That's the tutorial all wrapped up. Any issues, please ask. I hope you guys help each other out with this issue. Thank you.